What is going on YouTube? Is FlopFish here, and welcome to another eASHL 14 gameplay commentary. Today we're doing some drop-in eASHL gameplays in which I'm trying to level up my guy on Xbox, as he's only like a veteran 1 now, I think, and he's actually like a legend 2 on PlayStation, so it's a huge difference, and just trying to make that a little bit similar so I can compete a little bit more on Xbox. But nonetheless, that's enough about that. Today we're going to be talking about some eASHL improvement ideas, and that includes everything from matchmaking to player builds to playoffs. First off, Oohwayy and we've been talking on Twitter about this. He's my go-to guy for anything to eASHL, as he's really good at the game. He knows his stuff about it, and again, he posts everything from player builds to gameplays and like top club gameplays on his channel. And link to his Twitter and his YouTube channel will be in the description below. Anyways, let's get into the main part of this, which is all the ideas and stuff that we've come up with. Like, for example, matchmaking is one of them that I really think they need to address. They did a good job of it this year, balancing it between like Division 1 through 5 plays each other and like Division 6 through 10 play each other. But there's some issues with that, as apparent and as pointed out actually by Oohwayy to me, and I actually experienced it last night on stream. If you guys tuned in or not, when we were playing eASHL, Bojoco, Richard Head and I went up against some of the momentum players who are like top 100 overall skaters. One guy's like top 40 something. He has 2,600 career goals. That's a lot, especially when you're only like a 64 overall like veteran. You really can't do anything to defend the speed he has, and it's just so frustrating to play against, because as someone who's like kind of not exactly done playing the game yet, or like new to it, you can't win that game. Ultimately, there's very little chance you'll be winning that game, because they have such a high attribute build and such a big advantage over you. There's really nothing that you can do. So a thing that I thought up of for matchmaking would be to rank it by games played as a skater. First off, I thought about overalls, player overalls, but as Oohwayy pointed out, and I actually realized about this, because there's people that have 67 overall Legend 2, Legend 3 builds like I do on PlayStation, and it wouldn't really work to match players up based on overalls. However, the one thing that would probably work fairly well is games played, and there's a definite correlation between games played and the player overalls. It's definitely easier if you do it this way for people who pick up the game late to get into eASHL and actually play the game. As one of the biggest things about eASHL, that if you're picking the game up like 2-3 months late, it's really hard to rank your guy up, because you have to get wins, and since your builds and your player models depend all on how much you play and wins, it's really hard to build them up. And I'll address that later on with one of Oohwayy's ideas again. But nonetheless, what I thought of for matchmaking is like groupings by games played for skaters. So you'd have like skaters who had like 1 to 25 games played, and you group them together. Between 26 and 50 games played, and you group them together. 51 and 100 games played, and you group them together. And like 100 plus games played. I think it'd really help as far as getting new people into the game and not frustrated at it right away, because I've heard this complaint many times from a few people saying that they've tried to start out playing eASHL in January and they just can't, because they're this 50 overall skater and they're playing against people who are, like 67, 68, who are just absolutely flying past them. And it's so true. There's people that like we experienced last night that you really can't do anything against because you're so low overall. And anyways, so that's my thoughts on matchmaking. Let me know if you guys have any ideas on it. On to player builds, and again, this is kind of like a hybrid idea. I'm taking Oohwayy's idea of starting off with like scrap the way you earn XP, and you start off with 2,500 XP or whatever, so you can build your guy the way you want to at the beginning, and you don't have to worry about leveling up to earn XP. You don't earn XP by leveling up. Instead, you earn your boosts and your unlock slots for boosts by leveling up. And I actually have a bit of an idea for that as well. And so I really like that idea, because what it does, it allows new players to have a skater that can actually keep up with the people who have been playing for a while, so they can get into the game even though it's 2-3 months in. And it's one of the things that makes it unplayable for people who are later on into the game, again, as I said, because it's really hard to get your wins and rank up your player if you're not going to be carried by teammates. And again, dropping games are a bit frustrating because you can have some really bad and frustrating teammates. Another thing I'd like to see is, I don't know if you could do this, but adopt like COD like player customization system, and using your experience at the start, you have your 2,500 experience at the start, so you can build your player whatever you want. But then everyone's going to be like, how can you not level up your guy? Like, you should still be able to unlock stuff as you play, and that's where the unlocking boost slots and stuff comes in. Well, what if you unlocked equipment such as like sticks, shoulder pads, skates, helmets that give you certain boosts? For example, say at like level 35 you unlocked a stick that gave you like +3 slap shot power, +3 wrist shot power, and like -2 passing or something like that. And that'd be, to me, that'd be something really cool to see put in the game, because it still rewards you for that. And if they add this unique equipment in, then it will kind of add into the whole differentiation in player build, so it still gives you that uniqueness and reward for playing the game, and it still it makes it fun, and it gives you kind of this reward to play for. And that's ultimately what they have to do, is kind of find a way to reward you for playing for the game. It's just an idea I'm throwing out there. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. I think it'd be pretty cool. For example, like, you could have skates that would give you like +5 speed but -5 strength or something like that, or -5 balance. So you'd be able to go faster, but if you got hit, you'd completely fall over really quickly. And again, the higher the rank you are, the better the equipment you unlock, but just cap it at certain stuff like +7, like they have for boost right now. What about the ability to prestige? Do you unlock like boost that prestige at a certain level? Like, can you prestige? I don't know. I think it'd be something to be experimented with. I don't know. It's one of those touchy things, because at the same time that requires you to play a lot. And if you prestige, what if you get, say, I don't know, 100 more XP or something like that for your player to put on their build? So it gives you, again, a little bit of an advantage, but it also rewards you for playing a lot. Or say you get special equipment for it, for retiring or something. You get a really cool stick or something along those lines. And oh yeah, with the equipment, say you could unlock, when you prestige for your second time or something like that, you get a golden stick, and you can put like you get to choose like what tribute, or like what attributes boosted you want on that golden stick. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool personally. There's a lot of potential to add customization in for that, and again, just combining that all together. And the final thing I had for player builds is, what about unlocking a sponsor? This is something that's a little bit out there, but again, it's still something I think that could really help grow eASHL and make it more fun and appeal to more people. Like, say you had a sponsor that, for the guys who really like to play eASHL, it gets you more experience for your players so you can rank up faster. Or for the people who like to play HUT and stuff like that, you have a sponsor that can help you earn more pucks in game and rewards you, for kind of getting more pucks. Like, say you get double the pucks for the goals you score, or triple, or something like that. Again, that's all unlocked as you level up your player. I don't know. It's just spitballing here, and let me know your thoughts on those below. Again, guys, I really want eASHL to grow. And finally, the last thing I really want to touch on is the playoff system. And this is something that's really talked about by a lot of people. As someone who's newer to eASHL, again, I didn't pick eASHL up until late NHL 13, like June, July, August. One of the most frustrating experiences, because my player build is absolutely horrible, and very rarely would you find someone that was like at least under 10 overalls below. Like, the lowest we faced, I think, would have been like a 65 overall when I was like 52. So very frustrating in that regards. But the playoff system, I actually like this playoff system better this year, the weekly playoffs, because I was away a lot at the end of the months for the playoff systems, and I really couldn't play on them, especially with the club, and it was frustrating because I wanted to play in them, but I couldn't. So they need to kind of find a way to balance, kind of a weekly playoff system, but a monthly system. And what if they have like a bi-weekly playoff system, like once every second week or so, that isn't worth as much as a monthly playoff? And the monthly playoffs, what the monthly playoffs are, is like, say you have like an equipment boost for them. Like, say you unlock a certain type of stick that's like really coolly designed or something on it, or like a gloves or something along those lines. Again, just spitballing here, but it gives you like this huge reward for playing them, and the monthly playoffs are a single elimination back to the old format. What if you get more experience to help you rank up faster from winning playoffs, and what if you get more pucks from them? It's all about trying to incorporate all these game modes into one, and I think that'd be pretty cool to kind of tie in some more hut aspects with eASHL, because if you get some hut players playing eASHL, the game mode itself is going to grow. Anyways, guys, those are just some of my ideas. Let me know your thoughts below. As always, you guys, again, check out the Oohwayy. He has a ton of eASHL knowledge, and he's really good at the game again, and posts some amazing gameplay and amazing player builds. Anyways, guys, this has been another eASHL, NHL 15 or 16 or whenever ideas, and hopefully you guys can leave some suggestions below. As always, take it easy, and I'll catch you on the flop side.